Welcome back to the Stevenage Sheet Metal Super 1 British Karting Championships. Junior TKM is up next, and the championship leaders alongside me, Alex forward. Alex, you didn't have the best first round. You were okay. You were in amongst it. Didn't score as many points as you would have liked. But monster round for you at round two and leading the championship now.
Yeah, well, that round couldn't have gone any better. Maximum points. And to be honest, coming from that round, 12-point lead, was unbelievable for me. So, really happy about that.
Yeah, well, we notice your cart's on the jig in the background here, so what's going on there? You've got some concerns that the cart's bent?
It's slightly bent, but after being in the wet yesterday and smashing all the curbs, expected.
Yeah, okay. And Kyle Hornby, championship leader after round one, excluded at round two. I guess you're pretty happy about that, your former teammate, really. I mean, I know you don't want to win a championship with somebody else's misfortune, but that was quite handy for you, I guess.
It's handy, but really unfortunate for Kyle, and I do feel for him.
So despite the problems, we move on to the front of the grid then. Kyle Hornby, Aaron Mills, Matthew Graham and Anderson Chilcott on row two from Dino Lee and Alex Forward. This one should be an incredible encounter. Obviously, there are a few drivers lower down in the grid worth keeping an eye on, particularly Matthew Garrido, starting 22nd on the grid. He'll be flying through the field from the get-go. Rolling start for the Junior TKMs as we wait for the start, and away we go. Kyle Hornby slots into first position very nicely indeed, and Matthew Graham trying to make his way to second place. We've got a spinner at the back. That is the 29. That's Matthew Taylor. Matthew Taylor losing it through turn one. I think there might have been some contact, but that's a terrible way for his race to get underway.
Awful start for Matthew Taylor then. He's got it all to do from the back of the field. No standing start for this class. Most of these carts will be direct drive. Kyle Hornby it is that leads it, and Matthew Garrido trying to make up a place. 54 cart there in second place. That's Aaron Mills from Birmingham. Had a good run at round one, Jake, but bit of loading, I think, up in the hairpin at the top of the circuit cost him.
And we look through the battle of the third position. It's still the 70 of Matty Graham who is in that third position for the moment. Everybody trying to gain some advantage up through the field. That looks like the 77 being left out to dry there. That is James Clark losing some ground on the outside of the first corner. Through club, up the Dragon Straight. Whoa! Big style off in the background. That's Kieran Carr losing it flat out through turn two. That is a nasty one there.
That is a big crash and stopped on the circuit. Christian Brearley as well, the 37 cart. There he is, just gone past him, so looks like he's out as well. We've got a warning flag there for cart 13.
That's
now,
Ryan Edwards.
I'm not sure what that's for.
Oh,
but
thank goodness that Kieran Carr is okay.
That is a huge off there, flat out. It's Hornby that leads it, the 6 cart, the man from Hazelgrove, the 14-year-old. Won both finals at round one, but as we heard earlier, excluded at round two from the meeting. So at the moment, Jake, as it stands, Matthew Graham, the 70 cart there, the information, and 37, that is...
that's Brearley, isn't it, getting going again. I won't deny, my heart did skip a beat there for a moment when Carr went off, but fortunately he is perfectly okay. But very scary nonetheless. Up the inside of the carousel, Anderson Chilcott going for a move there on Clark. Not sure whether he made it or not. Up to third place, Alex Forward there in front of Matty Graham, the 70. And in fifth position, appropriately enough, number 5.
Place, number 5. Down through Devil's Elbow one more time, down to the final turn. 77 cart just flashing through the picture. That was James Clark, as you mentioned earlier, Jake. Out onto the Dragon Straight, fantastic pictures. You see Hornby's got a good 8 to 10 cart lengths here. The 6 cart out front. Now, as things stand, Jake, as we were talking to his father earlier on, he's been excluded from the meeting at round 2. He has to count that score. The reason they've appealed that is that if they are successful in the appeal, they won't get any points from the round.
Great battle in the midfield.
They won't get any points from that round, but they will be able to drop the score from their final score if their appeal is successful, and that's why they are appealing.
And that, of course, is going to count dividends for the championship if they are able to drop the score, which means that they'll be able to continue regardless.
Especially with this performance. Look at this, fantastic shot from the helicam again. You can see that Hornby well clear. If he carries on with this sort of performance through the season, you never know. He might dominate the rest of the season.
Up the inside, that's Forward. Forward makes the move for second position, and there he goes, past Aaron Mills. Matty Graham is now looking for an opportunity to get onto the podium here. Very hard charging too. Dino Lee has dropped back a little bit, in fact, in fifth position.
Matthew Garrido was in the back of the picture, red suit, very easy to spot. The the bookmakers' favourite there. Oh, and Aaron Mills runs
has
wide
gone
on the
off
grass.
big time.
Oh, he's gone all the way across.
Circuit.
He's coming back on in 4th place.
Yep, Dino Lee might be able to get a run on him here out of paddock and into club.
He's got wet tyres coming across the grass, still very damp, but looks like he's collected it all together. Back in the mix. So Mills is going again, fantastic pictures. But it's Hornby that leads from the bookmakers' favourite at least, Alex Forward by 0.67 for a second. That's Dino Lee, my pre-season favourite.
I was going to say, yes.
Struggling in the championship so far.
I was going to say, you did predict early in the season that Dino Lee was going to be the man to watch, but he's having a very interesting time of things, shall we say, at the moment. But he's having to work very hard indeed at this particular round. 5th position in this televised final, and I don't think he's going to want to stay there for much longer. Excluded
in final 2 at the last round as well, so his season is pretty much falling apart for him, unfortunately. That's Alex Forward, the bookmakers' favourite on the 4 karts. Warning flag for kart
that's
13.
Again for 13,
yeah,
Ryan Edwards.
Warning.
So that's the 2nd time. Now, if he gets 2 warnings, surely that's going to be a 5-second penalty, MSA regulations.
I'm not sure what the rules are. I mean, normally, if they don't give a 2nd warning, they just give a black flag. But clearly he's had 2. He's had a warning on lap 1. I think that was lap 6 he was getting a warning there.
Interesting stuff. We'll have to keep an eye on what happens as a result of that, but this is the battle for 2nd place. Matthew Graham has been working very hard to get onto the tail of Alex Forward, who again is trying to get onto the tail of the leader, and they are decimating that gap later on into the race, and you can see they've got a lot closer.
Yeah, they have got closer. There's no change in the positions. You can see 0.54 is the lead now by Hornby, so they are closing in.
Isn't going to be too long now, I think, before Carl Hornby is going to have to really work. Look, he looks behind him. He knows that they're coming, and Graham makes the move on forward.
Great move by Matty Graham there, going through turn 2 flat out. Again later in the piece, but still as you were, but much, much closer now. Hornby's only just got the lead. 82 kart, I think that's a leading rookie there.
Yeah,
the
Thomas Broadley is up to 5th position, so Broadley doing a great job there in the 82, working his way through. Oh, and off! Is that...
Oh,
that's forward
across the grass.
That's forward going off the grass at the devil's elbow. Unbelievable. He's gone off now.
Work. All his own
work.
work.
Sharp and Fisher have come together too. Sharp and Fisher have come together on the exit of the spoon, and that's brought out the yellow flags at that far side of the circuit. What a disaster there for Cameron Sharp and Cameron Fisher coming together then on the exit of the spoon. Battle for the lead once more. Carl Hornby, he's defending already, look, from Matty Graham. 3rd position, Alex Forward. He's a long way back, so it is going to be between those two as Matthew Graham sets the fastest lap, just ducking under 44 seconds. He is pushing hard here. This is going to be a battle royale on the last lap.
James Clark was just in behind Alex Forward in 3rd, but James Clark has actually been lapped, had a problem early on in the race. He's come through the final turn for the penultimate time. Across the stripe then, last lap, Jake.
Well, that means that Broadley is actually 4th, not 5th, so Broadley doing a great job ahead of Matthew Rangarrido and Dino Lee at this point in the race. And there is Matthew Rangarrido running in 5th position. 17 places he's made up the number 9. Brilliant work from Rangarrido, but this is it. The battle is on. Graham swarming all over the place. He holds the left side of the circuit, does the leader Carl Hornby. He is not going to let Matthew Graham through at any opportunity. He looks around. Where is he? Is he going left? Is he going right? Into the compression complex.
Just clips that curb. That's dangerous. That can kick you out to the other side of the track, but keeping it all together. Hornby's come through Devil's Elbow for the last time then.
Graham looking for the undercut. They're going to be side by side as they go into paddock bend. Around the outside. Can he hold it? Oh, he's not quite made
textbook. That is a textbook final turn move there by Hornby. Kept him on the outside. Fantastic.
Masterclass drive from Carl Hornby under massive pressure. Spot on.
Alex, 6th on the grid today, and you came 3rd. Can you talk us through your race, please?
Well, had a really good start, and thankfully the rain didn't come, so that allowed me just to push through the pack and really just push through Matthew, and he was the key reason really why I was able to pull up to Kyle. Unfortunately, what happened with the going across the grass incident, but that was probably just because of the tyres after the first final.
Great race, and the conditions were really iffy all weekend, but the kit was amazing, and thanks to Jay for sorting out the kit, and everything has gone our way this weekend. I'd also like to thank my dad and my mum and everyone who supported me along the way.
I'm very pleased with how the weekend's gone. Our qualifying didn't go our way. We ended up 18th on the grid, but we came through from the heats and qualified 4th for the pre-final, won that, and now we've won the second final too. So I'm very glad with how the weekend's gone. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, my mum and dad for supporting me, and Stephen Dean Golver, who run DSG Motorsport, because they've helped me along the way.
So Aaron Mills leading the championship despite finishing 7th in that final. 3 points clear of Addison Chilcott, 2 more ahead of Alex Forward, with Matthew Graham, Shay Pearce and Dino Lee all snapping at their heels. But the star of the show is Carl Hornby with that fantastic last lap move. Alan, let's look at this again. Tell us how he did it.
Absolutely textbook. Look at this. He's seen him. He's got him on the outside. He's holding him on the outside. He's matching his speed to Matthew Graham's so that Graham cannot get the switch back on him through the final turn. Holds him on the outside. It is a fantastic piece of driving.